Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and we are going to take a look at a new game today. Attack at Dawn, North Africa is a game centered around World War II in North Africa. It's a kind of interesting game because it's hex-based, but at least it does have an ability to play it real time. So it's sort of a weird mix between this old school deep mechanics and a little bit more modern feel to it. So I really like it so far. It is the demo version. It is not quite out yet, I think. This is a pre-version. But the developer was nice enough to provide me with a key here, so I'm very happy to host that. Now, I've been playing the first two missions of the tutorial here. I haven't really looked at the third one yet. But it seems like we're playing the Allies again. We're playing with a numerical superiority against the Axis, although we seem to have fewer tanks. So that's certainly something to take into account. Aircraft seem to be somewhat similar, but at least we do have more artillery pieces. So that's at least good. We are fighting over El Alamein, and yeah, that's the only objective here. We are fighting a single day. Let's see what we're going to do and what this game entails. So here we go. I find it a little bit sensitive towards zooming in and out, but I really like just the scale of it. You can see there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of mechanics. There's the Qatar depression, as you would expect for a proper North Africa game. So yeah, I kind of like it. So yeah, let's get over here and see what we can do. So the Germans have entrenched at El Alamein itself. You can see they've got some minefields. We've got two divisions, it seems. There's an armor division up here with some tanks. I don't know whether we can precisely see what tanks they've got, but it looks like the Matilda, I want to say. Some infantry, some anti-tanks, some artillery pieces, some scout cards, and some infantry division down here. So big question is, do we want to switch these guys around maybe and have the infantry do a frontal assault while the tanks could loop around? Well, I don't know. Let's actually start to look at this. So combine units into stacks to achieve combat bonuses. For example, combining anti-tank with infantry will protect the entry. Oh yeah, let's do that. So I'm guessing, you know, I should be able to drag them like that. Yeah, and then you can always stack two units in a stack of two. So that's good. Check the Intel and OOB panels before starting the game. You gain more information on own and enemy forces. You can find them in the stat screen, F5. Yeah, I think we've seen that already, so that's interesting. Intel, yeah, we know that they are around there. That's not a big surprise. We also know that they are armored there. So yeah, that's okay. How do I actually get out of that screen? Okay, escape. Adapt to the situation and don't be afraid to change your plan. Remember, no plan survives contact with the enemy. Okay, and that's all the information that we're going to get here. So, yeah, let's try to get a plan then and see what we can do. Now, I'm guessing since they do have armor here, they might as well try to do a counterattack here. So it would be useful to have these guys here maybe in the front. I think that's still a good idea. Let's get the artillery slightly further to the back and have now this infantry division. The game is pretty good on logistics, so we might want to try to come over here and try to do an attack there. These guys seem to be pretty weak and they don't seem to have a lot of armor, so I'm slightly hesitant to use them too much there, but might be alright. Okay, let's try it like this. You know what, we could switch you around. So the tanks are going to be slightly inwards and the scout cards are going to go around. Maybe it's going to work, I don't know. Let's try to get these guys going then. We're going to move forward here slightly stupidly. But at least we should... Whoop, no. that's not what I intended you to do. Come on, guys. Just do normal advance here. That should be pretty much okay. Right, there we go. And that's okay. So, hide that and start the game. Yeah, and you can see it's now starting to advance. Some of these guys should be starting to get their bars up there, which is lovely. We can already see an Aufklärungs group there. I think what we could do is get some recon here. Probably don't want to be exactly over the enemy terrain there, but at least we can get close. Okay, we've got some anti-tank units there. That's, of course, interesting. And I'm guessing, honestly, I can use slightly more volume here. There we go. I think that's better. Right, game is ticking along. We can accelerate time here, but here's what I really like. Look at this. The recon plates are just advancing, and it looks really, really kind of nice. I really like it. It's a little bit, it just got a modern feel to it, which I really dig. So, yeah, I like it. Right, let's get you guys over here. And you know what? You guys can advance towards over there. Aufklärungsgruppe group there. We've got some artillery there in the rear, which is interesting to see. Now, what we should be doing is start to clear out these minefields. Oh, interestingly enough, there are some recon planes here from the Germans. I don't think we have any fighters as of now. No, these seem to be blood and bombers only. So they know we're here now, which is not great, not terrible. But it's certainly something to keep in mind. You know what? Let's try to get on that ridge line there. You're clearing that. You guys over here might as well be clearing this minefield. And that might have been a mistake because we can only clear 2. Okay, that was a mistake. Can I stop you from doing that? Well, I can, but then you don't have anything anymore. Ha! Okay, that was the next mistake there. But we're clearing one of these fields, so let's try to see what we can do about that then. So I suppose what will need to happen is that you guys will need to make your way all the way over there. One more recon planes, sort of a mixed group here. So I suppose what we could do is grab the airfield and get some of our bombers here onto a strike mission against this artillery piece. I would like to reduce their effectiveness there a little bit, but whether or not that will be effective, I do not know yet. We can start to do artillery strikes against some of these groups here. What I'm a little bit afraid of is if we go over here, these guys will sort of strike at us from various different directions, and I don't particularly fancy that. You know what? You can get over here, like so, please. Okay, you're not making your way over there, but you'll not be able to clear out these minefields, which is unfortunate. There is an MG position there, which is actually entrenched. So we might not want to have cleared that group there, but maybe we should have tried to clear that out a little bit over here or something like that. Are you going to strike that hex or are you going to strike that unit? Now that's going to be an interesting question here. Okay, I think you're striking the unit. Yeah, you are. So that's kind of interesting to see. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to attack here through the minefield. I know that's not ideal, but at least we would be coming only up against the artillery piece itself. So I think that is going to be a fine choice. And what we certainly can do is use our artillery to sort of suppress them as we go along. Right, let's try to get you onto this thing here. We've got a couple of German tanks. Panzer divisions, and they seem to be somewhat equal or slightly better to us, so we need to be slightly careful here. And what I do like is that we're not seeing that much over here in terms of their combat abilities. Now let's accelerate time a little bit. That strike mission is coming back. So these are 2 MG posts. Interesting setup overall. Are we going to strike into their rear? Now I want to pretty much wait until these guys have cleared that hex, and then we're going to move in. And I'm guessing that they're going to pull in behind us. We're doing all right over here. I'm guessing we can split that and have the rifles move sort of to the side here and be able to support us, while the artillery is probably going to strike their artillery here in a second. So let's start doing that. Yeah, we're suppressing them now, which is good. This artillery will be able to suppress some of their guys here. We're going to need to see who precisely that's going to hit. I think we're going to start attacking the MG line. And here's the first actual battle. So you can see our guys here are now making contact with the artillery division. That's kind of okay-ish. We are unfortunately in the minefield here, which is not a great position to be in. But on the other hand, they are being suppressed. Also, infantry is probably pretty good at directly attacking artillery, so that is kind of okay. On the other hand, we are seeing the airstrikes coming in, and we do not have any anti-air capabilities so far, so there's really not much that we can do. But I'm guessing... Ooh, maybe we did shoot it down, I don't know. But we are taking a lot of casualties here and some losses in terms of organization and morale. So these guys might be returning pretty soon. This guy is clearing that up, so that's good. We would have another airstrike. Oh, look at that. The Panzers are now in the minefield. Now, this is super interesting. Let's go slightly slower here. So what I want to do then is pull up my tanks and my recon units slightly here. Look at that. These guys are traversing their minefields, which is interesting. This guy's almost cleared, so that's also kind of encouraging. And I very much like that our tanks are soon going to be able to... No. You want stay where you are, because if these MGs are going to attack my tanks, I'm going to be very happy. Because I would like to attack their machine guns with my tanks. That would be a good thing for us. Right, this minefield is almost cleared. So let's move you guys forward and have you guys go forward a little bit as well. Now, I'll attack you through the minefield is going horribly, but that's just going to be the way it is. Right, you also need to make your way over here, and then you need to start attacking this group right there. This MG here being attacked from various sides, so that's nice to see too. We could pin that tank here in with our groups, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. Yeah, if we could move up, then we can keep his tanks pinned in, which I very much like, because that is going to allow us to do another strike here at this group. And you guys can do a strike here right in square in the middle. You guys move up a little bit. And we're going to try to weave our way through here. Try to pin these guys in. Preferably in the minefield, even though I don't think their minefield is going to be particularly useful against us. Right, let's split these guys up and have the anti-tank gun attack their recon squad there. While our infantry is overwhelming the anti-tanks. And what I really like here is that we are pulling away their defensive forces over there. And they're basically only defending this here now with an anti-tank gun. And what they have is not well suited at providing anti-tank cover. You're reloading, that's okay. These strikes are coming in against, unfortunately, the recon group, which is not necessarily my main target here. I would have hoped that these tanks would be slightly better taking out the machine guns there. And you guys can pretty please attack the anti-tank guns. Yeah, that's better. And that's the infantry, and you guys should be attacking... Yes. This group, please. You're reloading, that's fine. You're moving through the minefield, kind of difficult. Having some difficulties there. You guys are all right there. Let's try... No. Let's try to move up. The recon group here is suffering a lot from these concentrated machine gun fire, but I do like that we're keeping the machine guns away from our main positions. And honestly, I think we are going to be able to basically get rid of this group there pretty soon. Right, let's use some recon here. I don't think we necessarily need it. We've got pretty good eyes on the entire situation here, but still can't hurt either. So. You're reloading. You're going to move up. Everyone here is attacking this group, and unfortunately doesn't seem to be going in our favor as much as I would have hoped. Even though we've got a lot of groups here, and you guys here are starting to be a little bit shy on supplies, which is not ideal for sure. We might need to pull you back. And your morale is kind of not that great. But on the other hand, these guys, their morale should be breaking. They're being overwhelmed here. Especially once the second rifles are going to come into play. I think we're going to be pretty okay here. Nevertheless, let's try to use our artillery to help us out as much as we can. And just suppress their stuff. Our bombers are going to take a while, but yeah, it seems like these guys are now withdrawing. So that's okay. I think they are. Disorganized, routed? Yeah, they are. Okay, once they are out of the picture, we can probably advance, and I think at that point we will actually have won that that little tutorial here, which is okay. It's just a tutorial, but on the other hand, honestly, I didn't find it very specific in terms of what we were supposed to be doing here. And normally, these guys tend to be a little bit more hand-holding. Notice how our scout cards here are being shifted back, especially from this MG fire here. But on the other hand, our tanks have done pretty well there. So all in all, pretty okay there, I would suppose. And I really like that, how we kept these guys here out of the picture. But there we go. We've now occupied their group, which I very much appreciate. And what we're going to do next is we're going to move in some of our anti-tank groups here. Do you recognize that command? Okay, sometimes it's really kind of weird in when it does things and when not. Okay, so we're obviously not done here yet. You guys are withdrawing to over there. Can we pull back the artillery piece here? No, this is actually our group here. I was afraid that that was an enemy tank group here. So you can actually stay where you are, that's fine. You try to get out of that minefield, please, and thank you. Everyone over here is fine. You're dealing with that machine gun nest there, then. That's okay-ish. You guys are actually withdrawing further there, and this Aufklärung squadron has some issues, but overall it seems to be holding out relatively fine. So let's try to get rid of you, and you guys can actually start attacking this MG group. Now, our scouts are routed, so they're going to take a while to really get into a good place, but it doesn't really matter. They've done their job. They've pulled out the machine guns to try to support us. Now, it's not the end of the day yet. That's going to be at shortly past 7 p.m. So that's all right. You guys are also routing through that minefield, which is not necessarily the best idea. Notice how these guys have by now resupplied, so that's good. You guys are pulling back there a little bit. We can use more artillery, I suppose. Let's try to use that against that MG. Okay, how can I really split you up then? Okay, presumably I couldn't before because they were fighting a little bit weirdly over there. Right, their tanks are still around. And they are threatening us, but since we've got our anti-tank group now in this group here, I think we're going to be fine. So, yeah. Good, good, good. This is all right. Okay, the MG group there is being routed. That's good. You guys can pull actually back and get into this fortification here. And we're going to try to get rid of these panzers there by rooting around here. We don't need to be within this group. We just need to hold this crossroad of El Alamein. And we're doing exactly that right now, so I'm happy about that. So even with our slight kerfuffle here on the holding up of minefields and clearing that out, we did still do fairly well. I think we would have been even doing better if we had cleared out maybe this axe. Maybe this one would have also been a slightly better choice here. But all in all, I think we are pretty much all right here, yeah. And let's chase them down with this group there. You guys are doing fine there too. Slightly in a little bit of nowhere, really. You guys are also routed, so pretty much most of the 4th Infantry Division routed. But the 7th Armor has done, I don't want to say most of the heavy lifting, because honestly the 4th Infantry has been dealing with a lot of the tanks here. But all in all, it seems like we are in a fairly comfortable position here. So yeah, I'm going to be happy about that. You can see dusk falling, so that's good. And I think very soon here we should see that we have a major victory. We captured all of the objectives. We lost 700 men, but the enemy lost 1,350. We lost 4 tanks, they lost 6. More importantly, they lost a lot of their anti-tank guns, quite a couple of their artillery pieces, and a lot of their air force. Significant losses for them, minor losses for us. That is what I like to see. Good. So with that, let's actually go and play a proper scenario here, and take a look at that. But you know what? That is going to have to wait until next time. So hope you guys enjoyed. Apparently, in the real scenario here, we're going to be playing as the Axis, which does have fewer troops overall. So yeah, that's going to be kind of interesting to see. It's also a much longer scenario. It seems like with at least I want to call that 5 days. Because I'm very much guessing that this is a European date format, but I don't know. So, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Do leave a like, and I hope to see you around next time. Bye bye.